Tyler will be day to day. You know, I don't know when we'll have an update there, but he's day to day.
Over to the left, Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
Ryan, on kickoffs with Jaden there in the second quarter, what exactly was his issue?
Yeah, you know, I didn't really get into it, you know, and so we put Austin in there. I thought he did a nice job. So we'll evaluate him and see if there's any, you know, tweak or something that happens, you know, when they 35 yards, and that's completely ridiculous. So we got to get that fixed. You know, however we do that, you get to the point where you want to let somebody play through it, but then it's you know, another point you got to make a change. So I thought Austin did a nice job stepping in there and doing a good job on kicking the ball.
Over here to the right, Tim May, Letterman Row.
Yeah, Ryan, your overall view of the way your defense played, they tightened up things clearly in the second half, and everybody and then number two, your penalty, but you also had another guy tossed out of the game. How wrong did you feel in that moment with your penalty on the way they were lollygagging?
You're asking a lot of questions there, Tim. I don't know if that counts for one or three. All right, where do we start? The defense. I felt like Marshall did a nice job with their style of play, which is +1, spreading you out with quarterback run, because we know there's pluses and minuses to that. The plus, you can be +1. The negative is you take a lot of shots at your quarterback. So they did a good job of that. I thought we continue to stick with it. There's still a lot of things that we're going to watch on this film that we're not going to be pleased with, just the overall execution. I know Jim's going to be that way. So the things we did well, we'll continue to enhance. The things that we didn't do well, we got to grow from. Like you said, we kept playing on it. Did do some good things, and we're not going to take any win for granted, as you see across the country. Like, you know, we all take these wins for granted, but there's a lot of work that gets put into them. And the guys play hard out there tonight. They did. You know, again, the effort is there. The guys are playing hard, and so we got to keep building on that. In terms of the penalties, you know, the Caden thing, I got to look a little bit closer at. I saw it. You know, when you see things in slow motion, sometimes it looks a little different than, you know, when it's live. So. But my situation was, you know, there was 21 seconds on the clock when we subbed in. They, you know, in my opinion, were really slow getting in. And so at some point, when you make a sub, you know, around 21 seconds, you still should be able to run a play. And so we had to call timeout. I went out to the numbers. I didn't curse, but I was, you know, raising my voice saying that there was 21 seconds on the clock. And at some point, that has to be a delay of game defense. I guess I yelled too loud. I'm not sure why, but that's what happened.
Over to the left, Rob Aller, Columbus Dispatch.
Yeah, Ryan, you had 1 carry for 2 yards in the first quarter, and it just breaks loose. What did you like about your running game after that?
Yeah, how many plays did we have in the first quarter? Is that all it was? That's probably more. Yeah. I think what you're seeing is an identity that's slowly getting molded here, where, you know, we're explosive on the perimeter. I keep saying I don't think it was perfect, but I see our receivers blocking on the perimeter. Some of these screen plays, you saw the first one to Emeka where, you know, guys are blocking and then that thing split. You see the athleticism of some of our linemen. Josh Farrell, Space up and off, did a great job on that play. And then Emeka's got the home run ability. So that spreads you out this way. We took a shot early, and we got to clean that up a little bit. There's some things that we can do better there, you know, and coach it better. But we're trying to stretch the field vertically. Once you do that, and you can start running the ball the way that our running backs are running, the way the line is now, you're really growing, and think on them being back in there helped a lot. And I thought the running backs ran hard. You know, when you have the ability for Will to pull it, that just changes the numbers. When you think back when we had Justin Fields and we had JT Barrett, it was just a different run game. So I think we're starting to see that come back a little bit. I thought Chip again called a good game, good balance across the board. So you know, you're going to get bigger challenges ahead. We're heading into conference play, but you get identity starting to build, and you know, that running game is starting to, you know, build an identity and some confidence, I think, up front, which was needed.
Quinchon's ability to see the field. I'm not saying you haven't had that before, but it looks pretty special.
Yeah. I thought Travion ran hard, and I thought Quinchon, and even James had some good. All three of them, I got to give them credit. They all have special abilities. They play well off each other. They're unselfish, which is like the biggest thing you can say about a bunch of guys. Like, they don't care who gets the credit. You know, they're all running downhill and playing really fast. So a good group. I think Locke's got to play hard.
Folks, we have Jordan Hancock in the back of the room for about 6 more minutes. Over to the right, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Again, you don't know until you get on the field, but we go against good players every day in practice, so it's not like we look like against good players. So we're just going what we see and grow from there. But that will did some really good things. I mean, the touchdown play to Jeremiah, that was a hot situation where we did not have the nickel picked up on that play, and that was a sight adjustment where he had to see that. And so the execution on that was very, very high. I thought the long pass to Carnell was really well done. He saw the adjustment that was made there, found the next read, so that was well done. There's a couple really good plays in there by Will. So I think he's growing. I think he's getting more comfortable in the offense. So we'll watch the film. Great to see the great arch in it.
Folks, we have a Mecca, look at one of the faculty as well, back over to the left from Coach Cameron T. Robinson, the athletic.
Big size, you know exactly reading thing. What did you learn about I've never seen?
I just appreciate how hard he plays. It's pad level when you run. So much. It's really watching this. He's got mobility, which you see he gets behind his pad, he's physical. He's got a great attitude. He's got a great attitude. You can coach with him hard. And he looks you in the eye, and he almost appreciates the fact that you coach him hard, that you're trying to get him better. And that's a great sign for somebody who hasn't been in the program for multiple years. It says a lot about who he is as a person. He's running hard. I think he enjoys being part of this program. Nothing but a great teammate so far.
Over to the right, Dylan Davis, Delaware Gazette.
The depth right here.
I gotta watch it to figure it out. I feel like mixed bag kind of coming out of the game. Some good play in there, but there's some other things that I think that we're gonna look at and talk to fix. So kind of wait till those film visits. Get some more feedback from the defensive coaches on exactly how some else should.
Coach, we can take 2 more questions for Coach Davis. We're going to bring Quinn Sean up to the main podium. Over to the right, Spencer Holbrook, Letterman Row.
You want that to be a fluid situation as you guys keep going, or would you like to settle that?
I like seeing both play. Yeah, I think they both deserve to play. I think you guys saw that both played well.
Much you
See how they grade out.
Georgia game.
I don't think it's a bad thing.
It doesn't even matter. You number 2, it doesn't feel like a break.
A break during the game. I mean, obviously, you feel like he gets to the point where they can't even flow the game. I never really keep a close eye on, but I like seeing those guys.
Zero.
And final question, Coach on the left, Andy Anders, 11 Warriors.
Sticking with the right hand, the growth you've seen on the offensive line,
I try to do what I can with opportunities.
what team has really strong that line?
As you're running down the field, those big
I
play.
think it's everything. I think.
You almost want to start singing. What's the feeling? What is the feeling?
It's really just,
Seth has done a great job of getting everybody on the same page. He's like having an NFL center. He's going to a meeting to say something. He's got the answer, or he's going to get fixed in game. He's talking to those guys. It's just a calm spread.
You touched on
You had Donovan, and he's receiving strike.
this week was pretty, it's been pretty good, especially
Not
today.
perfect in here.
As you reinforce that,
a lot
with
different
your teammates, et cetera. I want to point it out.
Play down the road. So
I feel like that responsibility not only falls on Coach Murphy, it falls on me as well.
making a capital judgment right now. You go off what you see, and
Continues to hard work.
that's a good sign. Once you felt that they're running hard against you, and then again, Will also make good decisions. Having the ability to pull it, people will read the play passage, baseball level,
with the receiver that's blocking. Your receivers don't block when we have something that those plays. So having those are extensions of.
What's going through your mind as
Coach Lee,
flag, we're talking over the flag when you touch it?
I don't know if you guys can see it on the playback, but I just started laughing. Excuse me. It would be a flag, but,
All right, folks, we are gonna,
the fact that they pulled it back.
bring to the main podium.
I don't doubt that if it even wasn't factored, it would go down and score probably. That's just.
Your first touchdown.
Get them all in the 3 weeks.
I mean, another thing, I'm just gonna, do my job to the best of my ability, the ball comes my way, it does. But at the end of the day, there's a responsibility.
Thank you, Jordan Hancock.
I'm trying to make a legendary run this year.
All right, now, I'm at the main podium. Quinn Sean Judge. Quinn Sean will start over here to the right, Miller Rebellion, Columbus Dispatch.
Just scratch the surface. I mean, yeah, our goal is, we're never satisfied, obviously, we have time and time again. It's really the-
Just with Trey Young being in there, I was excited to see how he ran. Just for him,
We're trying to continue
far and just looking at how he progressed throughout the first quarter and different runs that he had at the time.
Obviously, right now,
He was pretty successful and just like,
Over to the left, Rob Aller, Columbus Dispatch.
95, I believe,
definitely. Some days a little harder. I think some of my teammates had a bit adjusted. Some of them was breathing like super hard. I was like, so I think it wasn't as hot as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, definitely. I've always been that way. That's how I approach the game. I approach the game in a way that I was not better. And my coaches, that's what we're here for. We like make my games better on a day-to-day basis. So I was
Switch it over to the right here, you have Stefan Kreisnig, Cleveland.com.
Yeah, this was a big one last game. I'm gonna feel kind of get another chance. Break it this time. It's the longest one in your career.
Yeah, definitely felt pretty good. I turned around a little bit to see if I had a flag on play, but I'm definitely super excited.
Just Johnson, it's on the broadcast, right? So you pulled aside and said that you were excited to have him call your game. Have you listened to that call yet? And why were you
I
excited?
haven't. I have not listened to the call, but just being in the different conference in the SEC, with the announcers and the commentators that we have here, but just Big Ten, so it's like I'm super excited, waiting to commentate the game, and just having. I wanted to be a part of the experience.
Over to the left, Jeff Gilbert, Press Pros.
Sean,
Nobody cares. You're new to this team this year. Why is that?
Man, I think it's a brotherhood. Everybody has course runs cemetery to this program. Everybody has woke up at 5 in the building and training. It's because you're doing it for the person beside you, not doing it for yourself. It's really doing it for your brother. And just knowing I can trust that guy beside me, go out there, he's going to make a play. That's what we. That's what I That's what our foundation.
Switch it over here to the right, Tim May, Letterman Road.
What was your attitude when you get that ball, get a hit, get the ball in your hands? You see the run. I'm a power forward. I'm not ready to stand in here. You have a purpose in mind. It's almost like.
You said
It wasn't the stiff arm, wasn't the stiff arm, just a shove down there. Almost have been one scored and one touchdown. I don't know, it just goes in your mind. You get ball.
I think the mindset of me and my teammates as a whole is to play with bad intentions. And I think that's my mindset when I get the ball is to, I'm going to try to, that's my job, I'm going to do my job today. I'm going to try to, score. So every time I get the ball,
Over here to the right, Dylan Davis, Delaware Gazette.
Coach, I just played 3 games now, we want you to get some kind of experience, now, experience in that previous years.
yeah, it's definitely been a super fun experience. I enjoy every single win for my teammates. Like what they said, it's not hard to get a win in any football game. So we enjoy the game. We'll come back tomorrow and see how we can improve. I think this team here as a whole,
The weather.
I'd say yeah, it's like I said earlier, it's not that high. It's like first university, it's not that bad.
And final question for Quinshon, Noah Weisskopf, over here to the right of the land.
That's really smart.
I think when I get the ball, I'm gonna get my shot coach off because the way he teaches the whole group, how we go through progression, practice, different things when it comes to reading, going through our progression, reading linebackers. One of the big things that we teach the whole room is also just going through progression. How do you see the linebackers come out of their gaps and overflow, so it's not gonna hit it. I did. I just looked at the crowd and it went crazy.
Quinshon, thank you very much. Real quick, back, the last question for Rebecca Buckeyes in the back there. And we are going to bring Will Howard up to the main podium now. We're going to open up over here to the right with StevensGainesCleveland.com.
Well, you've heard that one of the benefits of having those tackles on the field is that you get that immediately replace. Do you think I should have thrown it out earlier, or do you think I should have thrown the ball out?
No, I looking back at that play, I probably wouldn't. I mean, sometimes things happen, and I think looking at it, the outcome was cloudy. 3 rounds. That was really the only option I had. And playing all week was let that thing really put it on the stop. And I'm going to trust him over every day of the week. And he's going to make that play. And sometimes things happen. We had to come back and bounce back, and it's part of the game, and it's about how you respond. And I think we responded really well. Nobody batted an eye. We went back quick.
Quarterback running.
Oh yeah,
by a matter of seconds.
I think you saw the offensive line. Getting up to the second level very fast. The way that their front was set up. We felt like set. Tackles work up to the second level really quick, and I think our guards have really good movement. I think those guys are doing the second level well. Our running backs are doing an unbelievable job of creating house. And when the run game's clicking like that, it makes my job easy. Because not a lot of third downs. We stay on schedule. And we are on third down. It's only we had touchdown. One that was like a super long, but other than that, it made like third and 10 was probably the longest we had. So it keeps you on schedule, and when you set a balanced attack like we did today, it opens a lot of things up.
Bad intentions. Play with bad intentions. One game is that sort of change anything as power. What does that do?
I don't think we think about that much. I think we're just out there executing one play at a time. And some plays, they're going to be a little more finesse. Some plays are going to be a little more downhill and right at you. And it's everyone's just got to do their job on every single play. And we're trying to be the hardest playing team in the country. And I think we did it for a lot of the game today. I don't think we were perfect. I think offense had a pretty solid game. And I think overall, we went 49-14, and no one's going to complain about that. I mean, that's we don't take wins for granted here. But and I say this every single week, and I'm going to say it the rest of the year. But there's always more to improve on, and I think that's the exciting thing.
Will over here, deep right, Andy Backstrom, Letterman Rowan.
Yeah, Will, you guys showed the T again in the spring game. Are you ever surprised by what Chip Kelly's calling? And now 3 games into it, what's your relationship like with him and calling plays?
Yeah, I think we're clicking. We're on the same page on a lot of things, and just the way that we see, the way that we see coverages, the way that we see just the pictures. We're on the same page on a lot of stuff, and I think we're really starting to click. And you never know what you're going to get with Coach Kelly. He'll do just about anything, and I think that's the cool part about it. It keeps defenses on their toes, and there's still a ton of stuff that I'm sure we're going to come up with, and new stuff we'll create, and things we'll make off of what we've already done.
I think that's the fun part about it. You know, it's a chess game. It's the game within the game. You know, it makes it fun.
Over to the left, Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
Will on, I guess, touchdown, soon after he think he was gonna go all the way. How much was it after that?
It was pretty soon after. I think I looked at Trey and started celebrating, and I knew he was gone after he hit that. I think he crossed into like the third level, and I was like, all right, he's gone. I mean, it's like, I think my 2 touchdown passes were a screen and a slant today, and they were both for over like 45 to 68 yards. Like, I mean, it's awesome. You know, like when I can just let those guys go, you know, get the yak and do the rest. Like it's, again, it makes my job easy.
Now over to the right, Spencer Holbrook, left row.
Like I said, the kind of game we just had, Jeremiah had obviously 2 really good games to start the year. Do you feel like teams are starting to defend you guys a little differently and will continue to try to do different things moving forward and try to throw you guys off?
I'm sure they will. I don't know if we've seen anything crazy yet. You know, I think in all the games that we've played, I think every, you know, defense has kind of tried to change things up, try to give us different looks. You know, I think today they were kind of just trying to throw whatever they could at us, different looks. They changed up some things, some tendencies they did that didn't show up today as much. You know, obviously there were still some that stayed true, but some of them didn't show up as much. And you know, you have to be ready for all those things and be ready to react to them. But also, you know, I think all of this stuff that we've done has presented problems for defenses, and you know, you gotta just continue to adjust and adapt to whatever they're going to do to you.
Isle, Pat Murphy, 24/7 Sports.
Problems for defenses. I know your receivers don't care who gets the credit, but to get the ball spread around a little more, Jeremiah obviously going to Big Ten, like how important is that for kind of reminder Mecca, Carmel, you've got weapons.
Yeah, no, I think it's huge. I mean, I think, you know, people respecting everything, you know, and not just the receivers, the tight ends too. Those guys can make plays too, you know, like it's, and then the run game, and you know, me getting my legs going, like all these different things present challenges for defenses. The more ways we can attack them, and the more people we can get involved, the harder it's going to be.
Over here to the right, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Like I said, the expectation, at least the possibilities there to score every play. What's it like to quarterback on offense that has that kind of ability and confidence?
Man, I was sitting on the sideline today, and I was talking to some of the other quarterbacks, Devin and Julian. I was like, our offense is so explosive, it's crazy. Like, I mean, literally every play can be a touchdown. If we block everything up and get everything, like every play could break for a touchdown. And it's exciting. It's also like, you know, it makes it kind of fun. You know, you're just like, you never know when Trey's going to go, you know, take a run that should have probably been tackled for like an 8-yard loss and just stiff arm somebody into next week, and like Quinshawn, you know, like superhero slamming something. Like it's fun, man. It makes it exciting, and you never know what's going to happen on any certain play. All you got to do is, for me, I just got to do my job, man. I just got to keep us on schedule and be sharp, and I think we did a good job of that today.
Over to the left, Cameron T. Robinson, The Athletic.
Well, there's a lot of talk about the explosion of the receivers, but on a day where you can give a bubble over screen to I think he can take it for a touchdown, and then get an extra, they the receivers block the way they do. What is that like to have receivers, and not just one receivers, all of them be so versatile?
Yeah, man, that's the mentality of that room, man. Zone 6, like those dudes are dudes, like, and it's not just about getting catches. You know, it's not just about scoring touchdowns. It's about executing every single play, and I think Coach Hart does a really good job of coaching those guys up and getting them right. I've never seen a more selfless group of receivers, and more selfless, talented group of receivers. All of them are unbelievably talented. They all want to genuinely see each other succeed. They block for each other because, you know, they know that whatever, you know, they may have to do the same thing the next play, you know, and they're going to be, you know, Emeka may be blocked for Carnell, and then Carnell may be blocked for Meck, and JJ, like, whoever it is, man, it doesn't matter. And I think that shows the selflessness of those guys, and, you know, the character of the guys in that room. For me, like, I can work with character, man. If I got guys around me that I truly love and care about, and I know are going to go put their body on the line and make plays, not just in the pass game, but in the blocking game, like, man, we can work with that. That is, it's spoiling for me.
Got time for just a couple more over here to the right, Tim Bain, 11 in a row.
Yeah, just three real fast ones. Your coach, taking the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, clearly, Marshall was volley hit back out of the field. You were in the midst of that. What were you told by the officials there about what was going on yet?
I wasn't really told anything.
I mean,
Yeah, I wasn't. I don't know what happened.
you're on recourse all the time.
Yeah, I don't know what they were. The refs were just. I mean, I know they were playing a game with us with the delay of game and trying to, late subs too. But I've been a part of that on teams before, and I don't know what happened.
Yeah, and the robots, when you get the snake, did you get harder from the front? Did you get hit harder from the front or the back? Everybody wants to score.
I don't know. Pause, but I know somebody. I need to say it, but I don't know. That O line got a really good push on that play. They got a really good push, and it was probably the easiest quarterback sneak I ever had.
And last thing, which I judge, you get to watch him sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Well, how would you describe how he runs from a violent standpoint, whatever you want to call it?
He's different, man. He's different. He's built different. He's a different beast, man. He's physical. He's fast. I mean, you saw it on that breakaway run. Like, there's not much that guy can't do. And I think on top of that, he's one of my favorite people on the team. Like, he's like awesome. I love that dude. And I would do anything for him, man. And the plays that he's making are just, it's just a compound of all the work he's put in since he's been here. And I'm excited for him because he's only scratching the surface of what he's capable of. And he's already doing some pretty damn good things.
And final question, Stefan Kreisnick, Cleveland.com.
Coach was talking about Seth Long said he was kind of like an NFL center, said he had a calming presence in the room. I guess from your perspective, working with him, how much easier does he kind of make your job, and how has your relationship with him grown since you got back?
And me and Seth are super tight. Like he's one of my best friends on the team, and we spend a lot of time together. And he is a guy that I fully trust in anything. Like if he makes a call, I'm like, oh yeah, he probably sees something I don't see, and we can bounce ideas off each other. Hey, why'd you do that? Why'd you make a left call? Why'd you, whatever it is, we have that relationship to where we trust each other, and we know that we're both trying to get on the same page, and we're on the same page most of the time. And he's been really good for me to have, just coming into this, being a first year guy in a system, and also having a guy like him. I think both of us can kind of lean back on our experiences a little bit, and all the different football. We both of us have played a ton of football up to this point. I think that's helped us, and we bonded over that. Also, it's helped us out in the field.
Great. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you all. Go Bucks.
Folks, press box closes in 2 hours.